Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am so stoked to be here today. Awesome to have Big Bear with us. I've ordered Dave on bed rest, so he's not going to be with us. Crypto Casino. He's got some family stuff to attend to, but we are freaking hyped and pumped and ready to knock this. I can't swear, but I want to. I want to say I want to knock this mother out of the park. But yeah, I'm gonna. There might be children present, so I'm gonna keep it cool. But
whoa boy.
Oh, it has been. You know, the weeks are just gonna melt away. We're just about 3 weeks away from this migration. Our beta testers are knocking it out of the park. They're finding little things. They've got some phenomenal suggestions. I did go in and take a look at things. It practically looks like a different DApp from last week. I mean, it's like, and yeah, it really, I'm really excited. I'm excited. It's a twofold excitement because we have the DAO and everything that we're going to be doing with the DAO. And I came up with a new catchphrase this morning, Big Bear.
Oh, do tell.
Let me make sure I got this right in my head. It's about the processes that we're going to be building, not the protocols. It's the processes. And I want to say I had a better word for that. But you know, the DAO is going to stand for so much when it comes to DeFi, when it comes to blockchain technology, when it comes to what Satoshi and Vitalik had in mind when they first created this transparent ledger and this transparent way of transactional interactions and doing things where it can't be hidden by the big guys, by the power mongrels out there. And
I like to call that financial sovereignty.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so the DAO really, you know, from the DAO's perspective, we want to stand up and actually raise that banner and drive these principles. That was the word. It's principles. The DAO stands for principles, not just processes. So that was it. Or not just protocols. Man, I'm going to get this right. I'll get it right. I'll get it right before we're done. It's about the principles, not the protocols. That was it. That's nice. What I thought. I was taking.
Love it.
So this is a twofold excitement because we've got the DAO, and we have what really is going to become known as our liquidity accelerator, but it really is an engagement mechanism to bring collaboration, competition, and ultimately just engagement from our community. And so we're really excited about some of the things that we're going to be releasing on this first iteration, as Big Bear likes to lovingly call it. So, you know, after last week's live stream, I made the mistake. It was the next day was Halloween, and as most of you know, a lot of you know, I've been really taking my health seriously. I guess not so seriously because it was the night before Halloween, and I got into the candy jar, and I haven't had sweets and candy like for a while, and I didn't have a great reaction to it the next day, and between
guilty. Me too.
Between that and the takeout Greek food and the takeout Mexican food and a couple of burgers, I kind of set my system into a little bit of a shock when it came to the lack of quality in what I was eating. And So, I took a break over the weekend. I had to shut down. I had to kind of take a step back because I want to make sure, one of the things that's really important to us, and I'm going to kind of address this when it comes to our Zeely campaign and our questers and those that are participating in this. You're going to be able to participate in this throughout this live stream, but those who miss this live stream are not going to miss out. So we've got 3 codes that we're going to be offering you guys. Okay. There's 3 numbers. And these 3 numbers are going to be important to complete the quest. Why are we doing this? We're not doing this to punish anybody. We're doing this because we had so many people that really weren't spending the time. I mean, we'll have the majority of the core information that we need to share with you will be done in 30 minutes. All we're asking, the next 30 minutes after that will probably be me and Big Bear bantering. We'll probably see if there's any questions. We'll play out with our 50K giveaway. Who knows what's going to happen, but what's really important is that you really feel the energy of what we're trying to accomplish, what we're going to accomplish, and what we need from our community to accomplish this, because we cannot do this alone. Everything that's happening through our Zeely quests is boosting our metrics. It's boosting our posts. It's getting us in front of other people because our views have gone from 30 to 40 views per post on X to 300. We would cap out around 300, maybe 600, and we felt really lucky to have that. And now we're exceeding 20K now on average of views on our posts. So we are getting in front of the people that this topic matters to them. So that means that the more they see our name, the more they see our posts, the more they're going to actually come in and take an interest. And we want our community to know that everybody is going to walk away when this whole campaign is over. Everybody's going to walk away with a membership in the DAO, with a stake in the DAO, with the right to participate in the governance of the DAO, to vote in the DAO, and to potentially even make proposals in the DAO. You're going to be a member of this DAO. If you continue throughout this process, the top 5,000 people will have an opportunity to claim that ownership for themselves. And this is a 1-year-long membership. So if you're participating now and you're excited about what you're hearing, you're going to be a member of this DAO and you're going to be able to participate in it. It's
like, yes, we're marketing, but we're marketing to create a movement.
Right. So, yeah. In fact, that's what my space was last Friday. It was, how do we take a vision, this vision that we've had now for well over almost 3 years? How do we take this vision and actually turn it into a movement so that, when the dust settles, we might start out with 4, 5, 10, we're going to start out with around 5,000 members in this DAO. More than that, because we're going to have all of our OGs claiming their stakes from Polygon. That could be potentially several thousand, just depending on how many are paying attention. And then we're going to have our Zeely community that is now going to be, we're going to embrace you as members of this DAO. So, and there's
it's funny that I just want to touch on what you said about OGs. In team chat, we've been sort of throwing a few things around, and the one thing that a few of us have noticed is that we are having OGs that we haven't had any communication or contact with for at least 2, 3, 4 years, reaching out and saying, "So what's going on with Axion DAO? What's all this? What's going on?" Because
right.
Obviously, the ripple effect is starting to spread out, and we're getting in front of people that used to be in the thick of it with us back in the day, and now they're starting to come out of the woodwork and they're getting curious.
Yeah, in fact, Panther.
Awesome.
So I know Panther reached out to Jubbin. He messaged me in the back end. I've actually messaged Panther. We've had a couple of little messages back and forth. I helped Panther about 2 years ago clean up his. He kind of reinvested in the project. He's recovering some of his matured stakes right now, but I haven't seen or heard from him for 2 years, and he's really in. I don't want to speak for him, but just the vibe I got from his messages that he's very impressed that we've shown that we have this tenacity, this fortitude, this desire to actually take this project and really drive it into the future. And so, we've had some really, really awesome reconnects with our OGs. So I promised you I was going to give you the first code. So, but what I want to tell you guys is I know a lot of people are excited to finish these quests. You do not have to rush to finish the quests, okay? Specifically because we do still have the raffle XP, okay? And we're managing the way Zeely measures their leaderboards, okay? This is why we came up with the 5,000. The top 5,000 on our main leaderboard will all have the right to claim an ownership in this DAO. And so even if you're not nailing the top 100, or in this case with our current sprint, the top 200, even if you're not nailing that, you still have an opportunity to pick up some zaps. I know there's some people that think they're silly or that they're just, minor, but I know one of our ambassadors, I think he has close to 300 or 400, and he hasn't decided what to do with them yet. But a lot of people are collecting these zaps. We do have raffle XP. We have raffle cash. And then of course the main, we see it from the perspective of the DAO. The biggest thing that we are offering is this membership in the DAO. This is at minimum a $50 value, but as soon as we migrate to base, as soon as we have all of our OGs claim their memberships, as soon as we have all of our engagement questers and campaign members claim their membership in the DAO, membership in the DAO is going to run $89 a year. And so if we're being honest, the minimum value right now of this offer is $89 plus your portion of the 2 million tokens that you will be able to claim as a stake in the protocol, that you will be able to withdraw interest. You'll be able to compound your interest. You'll be able to vote in the DAO. You'll be able to participate in the DAO. We want to provide a mechanism for you to have lasting value and to really understand how the blockchain can help us build wealth. So with that, the first number, are you ready? The first number in this quest,
drum roll please,
is 5555. Tell me why, Big Bear.
Cuatro Cinco, baby. Cuatro Cinco. That was the max stake length for 15.2 years or something like that. It was originally back in the day, the OG days.
Right. Yeah. So we have 18,000 wallet holders that hold Axion, and over 12,000 wallet holders that have a stake that will last 15 years. Now, when we migrate to base, we've got some serious announcements that'll come up in a couple of weeks about that. I know. But as it stands right now, if you have a 15-year stake, you're going to be able to claim that stake as a 5-year stake. If your stakes are anywhere from 3 to 5 years, you'll be able to claim all of those stakes will be lumped into one stake for 3 years. And anything that's 1 year to 3 year will be staked as one, and anything under that will be claimed as liquid. That's how it is defined right now in our support docs. That has been the goal from the beginning. So because over 50% of the current token on Polygon is locked up for 15 years. 74% of all the tokens on Polygon right now are locked up for 9.3 years on average. That's the average stake. So we're really changing the dynamics, and we've got some other pretty freaking cool stuff. I'm using child language here. We've got some really awesome stuff, some really incredible alpha that's going to be dropped here in a few weeks. So yeah, first number 5555. That represents, it's called Cuatro Cinco. It's our 15-year stake. That's what it represents. So I'll throw out the next number. Yet we haven't even gotten into, this might go. So we might, in the text of this quest, the most you need to invest in watching this live stream is 45 minutes of your life. Okay, 45 minutes of your life, you'll have everything you need. You'll know what's going on. You'll have your codes, and you'll be able to complete this quest. Okay, but ultimately, we need to get you excited about what we're doing. We need to take this from vision to movement, and we cannot do that by ourselves. We need our community, and you are incredibly important. I'm getting a notice that we've got a scammer in general. If you can,
I'm on it. Yeah. I'm on it.
All right, take a look. I'm not sure what's going to. The auto mod should cover it. We really tightened up our security yesterday because we had a rather rough night the other night. Actually, it was a rather rough day for the ambassadors, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate our ambassadors and all the heavy lifting that they're doing for us. So I'm going to go ahead. And jump into a few things. Okay. So I'm going to skip a little bit of the about Axion. There's a lot of information about the project. You really need to take some time and actually learn about this project. We have been around for 5 years. We started out on Ethereum. We moved to Polygon around the end of 2020 or beginning of 2022 into 2021. We started a migration to Polygon. We've been on Polygon ever since. We've changed we've had various changes over time, and but we've always been a staking protocol. We recently, a year ago, we started our DAO votes, and we started migrating to this concept of becoming a DAO, and we're legally registering the DAO in the state of Utah under the DAO Act. So please go read our support docs, support.axiondao.com. Read the support docs, and you can even go to support.axion.network to see what it was in the past. And we're probably going to keep that. We're probably going to keep that because we are documenting this process. We are going to publish a history of the DAO. So I am compiling this into a book, and I don't want to give up a title. I came up with a really fun title, but but I don't want to release that yet because I don't want anybody to front run the title of this book because it's really kind of a cool title. But anyway, so we're about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks away from migration. We will launch our snapshot countdown about 10 days before that. So everybody will have a chance to kind of, and here's what we're, especially if you have matured stakes, we're suggesting, we're not telling you what to do, but we're suggesting that you upgrade those to the 5555 if you have penalties. A lot of people who've neglected their stakes have penalties associated with that neglect. So if you don't want to lose your original investment, your original principal, and the interest that you've earned, you can upgrade them to a 5555, which will recover the entire stake, and you won't be disappointed with what you're going to be given once we migrate to base. Okay, so we are looking at finalizing a few higher level collaborations. Beta testing is in full force right now. We're getting a lot of good feedback, and I've already talked about the main leaderboard rewards. I will share a little bit of our stats here shortly, and then I was talking to Big Bear right before this because I didn't make any notes for this today, and I said, I'm living this every day. And I've already talked about half of this stuff. It's almost like why do I even have this list? But okay, so while Big Bear is taking care of some idiot on Discord, I'll just keep moving forward. But we have
it's all done. It's all done. We're good.
Woohoo! Yeah, I see the band hammer going down. The nuke is off. So we do have. So we are going to start next week on Tuesday. Don't quote me on the time. One of the I have our Discord up over here. One of the ambassadors, really quick in the Gen chat, throw up the time for Tuesday's game nights. So we are going to be launching game nights on Tuesday. We're going to start out with Rumble. We hope to get a really good group in there. They've been educating us on Rumble and Garctic. And and it's really kind of funny because I got caught up a couple of times and I'm like, hey guys, I got to get out of here. I got to go get some work done because I was sitting there playing Garctic a little too much. But we're also going to have Big Bear. Our ambassadors have put together some what is it? Not survey. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a quiz. Okay. They're building a quiz around all the information about Axion, and they've created this quiz bot.
Cool.
And we didn't ask for this. This is them showing how much they love this freaking project, and taking awesome. The time to actually invest their time, energy, and their talents. So let me make sure I actually can see. Am I seeing the bottom? I think I am seeing the bottom. Okay. So we have this quiz coming up. It'll be every other Saturday. It'll be the second Saturday of the month, which is a week from Saturday. Is that right? Yeah. I think. And then here, let me look at the calendar. Now I'm curious. Yeah. Oh no, the second Saturday is this Saturday, but we're not. So and then the last Saturday. So don't quote me. We'll have an announcement around it, but we are going to be kicking in game nights. We're going to have some internal rewards for that, some fun rewards that we're going to be doing for that, and then Garctic will be on Fridays. Okay. So times and more information will come out. And hopefully sometime this next week, we're going to kick off one of our first AXND server tag challenges. And I'm not going to get too much into that, but we are going to be launching some quests and some opportunities to support the project on a much deeper level. So we're going to make sure that it works for everybody. And this is another thing that I really appreciate about our ambassadors. They give me so much good feedback when it comes to how we're building our quests, how we're working with our XP, how we're doing our leaderboards and everything. I did mention last week that while they will be participating in a lot of quests during the sprint, we're going to pull back their XP so that it doesn't impact anyone else on the leaderboard winning. But once the sprints are over, their XP will be restored for the main leaderboard. But again, even on the main leaderboard, if they're in the top, then we're going to make accommodations. So if 3 or 4 of our ambassadors are in the top 5,000 or the top 500 or the top 10, 100, I can't remember, then we will actually pay out below that. So. But that's going to be an internal mechanism, and we're going to make sure there's a 100% transparency. So I'm going to give you your second number now. How's that sound? The second number for this quest is 2112. 2112. Can you think of why that might be, Big Bear?
Say the number again.
2112. 2112.
2112. 2112. 2112.
Should I make you squirm or just? Okay.
21.
Think of a rock band of the 80s. They're
There's
from
so many.
Canada,
Like,
bro. Come on. They're from
oh,
Canada.
Rush.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Ding
Rush,
ding.
Rush 2112. Okay. My favorite album out of the 80s. In fact,
Yeah,
I
they're an
just
epic
listened
band.
to it last
Epic
week.
band.
That's why I chose the number. Rush 2112. So the next number, so the first number, I'm not going to repeat the first number. I already gave you the first number. So if you didn't get to the first number, you're going to have to go back and listen to what was being said leading up to that number. Okay. So the second number in this quest is 2112, 2112. All right. So
just as a hot tip, the first number is floating around in Gen Chat in the Discord. So
well, that's kind of bogus, people.
I didn't put it there.
All right. So you know what? Guess what? Guess what? Boom. Yeah. Come on, guys. You want to make it fair for yourself, okay? Don't go sharing. It was like we were doing the Midivaders, and we had a discount code for people to pick up a Midivaders NFT for 50% off, and everybody was sharing the discount code. It's like now nobody has a reason to go do the quest. I mean, so I'm going to tell my ambassadors, if you see somebody dropping the codes, ping me, and one of us will zap it out. And yeah, so come on, guys, don't share the codes in public. This is your project now.
Did you find the first one that I mentioned?
I got one.
Okay, I think that may have been the only one.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, don't be dropping this out here. This is your project now. If you're one of the top 5,000 people participating in this is your campaign too. This is your project too now. You will become an owner in this DAO. So don't be tossing out the baby with the bathwater. Okay. We want people to understand what's happening with this project. We want people to understand what this DAO represents. And that's why we are doing this 3-number quest. Okay. And we're going to start doing this in all of our live streams. But I promise you, we'll keep the information down to 45 minutes. Okay. Right now we're at 30 and we're almost done with the hard information. Okay. So we will keep it down. We'll keep it to 45 minutes. That's not asking you to give up, 2 hours of your life to get 3 little codes. Okay. So there's another one I got to delete. I got to get rid. You know what? I need to go in and update our auto posts. They're not correct right now. But it's okay. The list of things that we are doing right now on a daily basis is insane, but it's all good. It's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping us energized, but I'm getting better sleep at night. And I was just mentioning to Big Bear earlier, I'm getting up and going running in the morning. I took a cold shower. I took a cold shower the other day, and it was the first time I had taken a cold shower like this. And when my wife got home, my son told on me. He threw me under the bus. He said, Dad was yelling. And my wife says, what do you mean Dad was yelling? He was yelling in the bathroom.
Because it was cold.
When I got under that cold water, it was like, ah. But yeah. So yeah, I go for a good little run. It's not huge. And I'm going to take a little moment here to encourage everybody to really focus on your mental health. And this is why I started this is how I came up with principles over protocols. Okay. That the DAO, we stand for principles, not protocols. Now that doesn't mean we're not going to have some badass protocols. Okay. It just means the principles that we're standing for are going to be more important. And that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about my health. I was thinking about the health of our ambassadors, the health of my family, and really taking the time to get out, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy breathe deep the fresh air. And so yeah, I've been doing that, and it's been really, really nice. So let me see what else we got here. I think we're pretty much almost done. Okay. we're working really hard to really get engaged with our collaboration partners. We're going to be adding a few collaboration partners. I had hoped to have a few things done by today, but ultimately I had to spend some time on my health over the weekend, to be frank. So, and that's what I did. So we've already talked about, right now we're in the middle of a 4-week sprint. The last sprint was 2 weeks. The sprint before that was 1 week. We're mixing this up, and we're bringing in some real opportunities for people to learn about the project, to help support the project, to get the word out about the project. These are all incredibly important for our collective success, and we really are a collective. Okay, so we've given out the first 2 numbers. The third number is about to be dropped. But I wanted to share some of these things because I think it's important people know and understand from a metric level just how much their participation is the difference that it's making. Okay. So when we started this and we started looking at numbers, we were just about 9,000 members. Last week, we were at 16,945, and now we're at 17,252. And that, Big Bear, was after me and our security guy went in and we removed over 1,200 members that were in our DAO. And we probably have about another 1,000 to 2,000 that we're going to be looking at next. We want accurate numbers. And I have to be honest, we didn't remove all of them because I didn't want to drop it below that 17,000, because I know a lot of the new people, they are actually, real people. So, but we have a lot of inactive or incomplete profiles. And so we're going through them and we're making sure that we don't dump anybody out of the server that shouldn't be here. I've seen our numbers, our watch numbers have been going up. So I want to let you know, we've already issued our first 2 numbers. Okay. You can go back and watch what you missed in this live stream to pick up the first 2 numbers. And I'll be, as soon as I'm done here, we'll be giving out the 3rd number. Okay. So, and then you'll be able to complete this quest, but this quest is going to go on for the next 6 days. So anyone who missed this live stream or missed the initial launch of this quest will be able to go in, watch this live stream, spend 45 minutes or less, and walk away with everything they need to complete this quest. Okay. And we're doing this very, very specifically. There's a psychology behind this. We want you we want you to know what you've signed up for. We want you to know exactly what you're supporting. It's not just about numbers. Even though that's what I'm sharing right now. It's not just about, it's not just about the numbers. Okay. It's about what principles and what protocols we want to highlight and we want to bring to the blockchain. Okay. So our monthly numbers have gone up from 4156 to 5441. We've had 1,530 new just in the past week. Okay. So we've had 1,530 new people join in the last week. It's down about 200, but what we're seeing is a lot of more quality participants. Okay. And I know a lot of you have gotten your first submissions might have been failed, but you always have a chance to go and figure out what maybe was done wrong so you can clean it up and do it right. We want quality. This is now your DAO. I'm going to say this. If you're participating in these quests, when everything is said and done, you will walk away with a membership in the DAO, and our campaign won't stop then. We're going to be driving this movement so that we can attract 5,000 more, 10,000 more. We want this to be a global movement. We want to erase borders. We want to erase race. We want to erase gender. We want a global community that has that we are embracing each other. No borders. Okay. No borders. All are welcome. All are equal. I've told this to my ambassadors several times. When we're in a room together, we are in that room as equals. And I really believe that we all have something to contribute that other people don't have to contribute. Okay. And we need that contribution. We need that insight. We need that opportunity to grow together as a collective, as a human family. And that will always be my goal and the goal of this DAO, our goal. And I know I speak for Big Bear, and I know I speak for Jubman. I know I speak for this team. I mean, we've been saying this and talking about this in our spaces now for over 2 years. So now is time. Now is the time to put the best foot forward. And as me and Fidesz like to say, now's the time to see the proof in the pudding. That's the
proof in the pudding.
The proof in the pudding. So so we've had at least 5,441 people have one engagement or more over the last month. That's huge. That's over 5,441 people have dropped a message in Discord in the last month. We have 491 actively commenting on a week-to-week basis, with over 7. So last week we had 13,921 messages in the previous. I think this is a month. Now we're up to 17,540 total messages now in wow. Discord in the last month. Our daily, we have about 67 commenting on average, and with 500, we're 5,420. Okay, so the 17,000, that's over the last month. Sorry, I'm correcting myself a little bit here, but in the last week, it's been 5,420, up from 3,166. Top states did balance out a little bit more. United States has come down. European countries have come down, and our friends in Nigeria, that's picked up. That's awesome. I mean, I can't tell you. And Russia, I think 16%, which, so Russia, no, wait. Yeah, I'm misquoting myself, because Russia's in the European countries. So the European countries, I included Russia. Anyway, I got to go back and look at that. I think maybe it was around 11, 12. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So when we started out with Zeely, we had 9.7 thousand people participating. We're up to 10,500 now. So we're up almost 10% in the amount of people that are competing in Zeely. I'm throwing a lot of numbers out, so people are like, "Are one of these numbers?" No, none of these numbers are the next number. So 4,380 right now on our main leader. Last week we had 4,380 on our main leaderboard. Now we have 5,366 on our main leaderboard. So we've actually crested up over that 5,000 mark on our main leaderboard. So if these 5,366 people continue to participate and stay up on that leaderboard, you're going to walk away as a member of the DAO. 1,200 participating in our sprints. I think 687 completed the last sprint. So as we were winding down throughout the sprint, in the last few sprints, there was about 687 people that completed it. Right now, we have 863 that are actively participating in each of these sprints, and it's growing. And the way that most of these sprints and most of these quests are set up, most of these quests you're going to be able to go back and complete. So even if you're not in the top 200 right now, as long as you're participating in this sprint and you're in the top 5,000, you can participate in the next sprint. And of course, there's going to be the main leaderboard rewards. So with that said, I think that's about done. We're at 42 minutes in, and I'm going to provide the last number for the sprint. Okay, because after this, let me just make sure I go here. Okay, yep. So after this point, we're gonna go in, look at some of the comments. We might play out the song, but the last number is 1999. 1999. That's the last number. And that's an important number to me. And I'm going to try to say this without getting all emotional. But that was the year that my first child was born, 1999. So we've got our three numbers. I'm not going to repeat the last two. You've got our three numbers. You can go in. If you missed the first two numbers, we're 42 minutes. Just go back and watch the first half of this presentation. You'll get the other two numbers. You'll hear what we had to say. You'll get the vibe. You'll feel this energy, and you'll start to understand what it is you're supporting. And that is really important to us because, and I said this last week, we do not want to insult anyone's intelligence. Okay. We know we're not the first project out there to have lofty goals, to have hype, to have, to be excited about what we're doing, only to walk away and flush it down the toilet. So we know that it's for some, hearing everything that we're doing might feel like a stretch, but from our perspective, this has been our goal for the last few years, and this is a project that has been around for 5 years. Okay. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were mentioning that very few projects that find themselves kind of petering out of excitement or petering out of popularity, or very few projects are able to really breathe life back into it, and we've already shown that that's exactly what we're doing right now. We are going to revitalize this project. We're going to stand up for everything we've stood up for in the past, and we're going to stand up for everything that we need to stand up for moving into the future. So you have the three numbers. You can all bail out, but we hope you don't. We are going to share. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read through some of these comments, and we're going to play out our 50K giveaway for those of you who have heard this soundtrack before. It was done for us by our collaboration partners and our friends at MetaRides. And I'm just going to share just a tidbit real quick. So MetaRides, we do have some airdrops that are going to come out with them. They're doing interoperable NFTs. I got some alpha I can't really drop out there, but they're looking at if you own one of their NFTs, you'll be able to drive your car in the metaverse in Income Island. That's another one of our partners where we built our compound. You can go in, you can download the Income Island metaverse from on a Mac from their website, and from the Microsoft store. You can download it right from the Microsoft store, and you can load it up. You can go in, you can see the in fact, next week I'm going to show the video again. I wish I had that ready for this one, but we'll show we've got our headquarters is now inside of Income Island, which is a downloadable metaverse. We're looking to do an online conference here sometime, hopefully within 2026. We want to do an online conference. A lot of people cannot afford to go to DeFi conferences. We're going to make it possible for you to go to a DeFi conference right from your computer, right from your home, and learn about all the different projects, and really kind of get that DeFi conference vibe. I've been to like four or five different conferences that are DeFi centered. It's where I've connected with some of our collaboration partners today. It's where the IRL has gone into the online world. Really excited about that. But MetaRides created this soundtrack for us. So hopefully you stick around just for a few minutes. I'm going to go back through. You know what I didn't mention? The guys have been looking at your comments. We're going to go through. In fact, I got to remind them. I hope I don't. I mean, I might need to remind them. I forgot to say this at the very beginning. So I can't. We're going to take. I'm not going to throw out a number. Okay, we're going to take the top comments. I know we posted it, but I can't remember if it's 10 or 20. We're going to take the top comments that were made throughout this live stream. We're going to select them. In fact, I think, it was 20, because I told each of our ambassadors to select 4 to 5, and then we're going to look at them together. We're going to take some screenshots. We're going to copy paste however we're going to do this. We're going to go back through these comments, and we're going to have a reward that will go out. It'll be a manual reward. So we'll be mentioning them in our stream or in Discord. We'll announce who they were. So we've been paying attention to your comments up until now. And so I'm going to go back through some as we play this out. I will ask our ambassadors right now, if you go through and there's any pertinent questions that you think, and we'll do a better job of this next week. It's been kind of a crazy week, and our pace is really picking up. So no one's going to miss out on anything. But I'm going to look through this. I'm going to look through this real quick. We're short on time. What do you think? Should I see? I'm going to go ahead, pull this up.
I just want to say,
gosh, there's 995 comments.
Yo, baby.
999 comments. Here's one. It's long. Okay. Big Steve. All right. Thank you, Big Steve. There is no way I'm going to be able to go through 995 comments. All right. So I'm going to go find some of these comments, guys. Okay. And I'm going to start posting them up here. And I'm going to play us out. And well, we've got 10 minutes, and we've told everybody.
Before you play us out, I just wanted to let everybody know that the team will probably start dropping some alpha or some Easter eggs for people to see. They will probably most likely come out as a captain's log, so keep your eye on that channel. I know that Jabin and I discussed something the other day, and he said he was going to work something up, so keep an eye out for that. I know I did a post on X, I think it was yesterday, the day before, and I tried to give some elusive fringe comments about the DAP. It's in fact, during this live stream, I've been on my phone because I'm working to get the mobile optimization really nailed down with Fidesz, and I can't stop interacting with it, man. It's too good. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. We really, really can't wait for everybody to see it.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I went in there not too long ago, and there's a lot of the stuff in there is like, wait a minute, that's not what it looked like. That's not what it looked like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And so I've had my head down, busting out what I'm doing. I mean, I was part of the initial kind of launch of the beta testing, but I've got so much that I want to kind of be focused on that. Like you said, I don't want to get caught up to where I'm spending too much time messing around with the protocol and not getting my work done.
Yeah.
But
totally understood, man. Stay in your lane. You don't need
to really.
So.
Oh, here's one from Prism with MIDI punks. Is today the day? Metal says he is into sports. Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit. We had our space.
There's got to be some lore behind that.
Yeah, so we had a space on Friday, and I embarrassed myself. I am not a very sports-centered person. When it comes to sports team names and what sport the team actually plays, like. Yeah, it was kind of funny, and we got into talking about cricket and croquet, and I was saying crochet, and everybody was saying no, just little old ladies. that are knitting, and then somebody said, no, knitting is not crochet, and it really spiraled out of control. And Dylan from Star Dogs, he was in there, and he said, I think it's fair to say that we do not bring up sports when Metal is the host of a space anymore. So yeah, definitely some lore there. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go through. I'm just looking at some of these comments, and we really appreciate the time that people are spending in these comments. And there was a concern raised about people using AI to create their comments. And here's my thought on this. And so this is kind of important. You still need to actually do the work to get the AI to create a good comment. So having AI help you make a better comment, I don't have a problem with that. I use AI sparingly to help me articulate some of the stuff I'm doing, but I put a ton of work. I'm a writer. That's, what I am professionally. I've been a writer for many, many years. And so, so using AI to help, put your information together, maybe in a better order, maybe to put your thoughts together in a better order, I don't have a problem with that. And ultimately, unless it's wrong, unless you obviously, the information is wrong. So I'm totally okay with that. There's a little comment from one of our ambassadors. Thank you, Mayor Cliff. Let's see. So here in just about a minute, I'm just going to put these up here. We may use some of these, when selecting our, here's another one of our ambassadors. Watch it live or go back and watch it, and you'll get the codes, because we're not going to repeat those codes. So yeah, but we told everybody, well, I don't think, no, I mean, you can go back. We don't have to go the full 2 hours this time, because the quest doesn't end at the end of this live stream. For a second there, I was thinking of one of our last live streams. The quest ended at the end of the live stream. We're not going to do that anymore. We don't want those who are participating in our campaign to worry or stress out that they're going to go to bed and they're going to wake up and they will have missed something. We're not going to do that anymore. Okay. If we have a flash quest that is only going to last an hour or 2 hours, we will notify the community 36 hours in advance. So if I fail to get it ready 36 hours in advance, we simply won't do a flash quest for that event. We'll figure out a better way for that event. Okay. So, I have a space tomorrow on X. I wanted to have a flash quest set up for it, but I ran out of time. I'm not going to I don't want to put our community through that. I want you guys to enjoy this process. I want you to go to bed at night knowing when you wake up in the morning, if there's a quest, you can do it when you get back from work. Okay. You can do it when you're ready, and you're not going to be missing out on anything, that's going to ultimately keep you. Now, if you're in the top 200, I understand there might be some motivation for you to get it done as quickly as possible, because Zeely does manage their leaderboards a little differently. And I finally really understand that now. But even if you don't, there is still that chance that you might pick up some additional XP. So we want this to be as fair to as many people as possible, not just a select few. Okay. We want this process to be fair to as many people as possible. And we want to we don't look at the extra XP as being unfair. We don't look at it as being luck. Okay. We look at it as being opportunity. We look at it as being a chance to get back on the leaderboard. Okay. Because you're putting in the work. So if you fall off the leaderboard, there's a chance that you can pick up some extra XP and get back on the leaderboard. Okay, on the top leaderboard. I'm not talking about the 5,000. Well, it'll apply to 5,000. If we have 10,000 people participating in this campaign, then it will apply to them. But ultimately, we want this to be a comfortable process. So, hey, there's a comment that kind of ties right into it. So what I am going to do, I'm going to play us out. And I want to thank everybody who's been here. I'll probably have just a final comment at the end. But as we're playing out the 50K giveaway, I'm going to try to throw up as many of these comments as I can. We appreciate everybody for being here. We appreciate everybody who spent the entire time with us. We hope you walk away excited about what we're doing. That's really ultimately our goal, because what we are doing is we are doing things different, and we're doing it together. So we're building this together, and we cannot do it without your support. And we want to make sure when we walk away from this that you have something to show for it. Did you want to have any last thoughts there, Big Bear?
No, I mean, you pretty much summed it up. It's just, you know, I know it sounds a little bit cliche to say that we're doing this for our community, but we literally are doing this for our community. And it's, I mean, any live stream that I've ever been on with regarding to, you know, connected to the Axion project and now Axion DAO, that's kind of been my mantra, is it's about the community, because if the community's winning, the protocol's winning, right? And us as well, not that I was a founder, but I've been around since day one, literally. It's always been the thing. I love to see people win. I love to see people win. Even if I'm competing directly against them, I don't feel bad about losing a competition or something like that, but I just love to see other people win. So that's sort of the energy that I try to bring to the ecosystem. That's the energy I try to convey when I'm talking like this, when I'm posting on X. I want to see the community win, because if the community wins, we win. So it's, you know, you really got to put them first and put the tools in place where they can make their own way, make their own success. And when that happens, it just grows and it spreads. So
there is a question here. I don't know if D3 King is still in here, but if D3 King is still in here, he says, please, I have a question regarding the top 5,000 winners. Will it be right with the equal payment? I'm suggesting XP payment, base payment should be better so that early users will benefit too. For this offering, we want to, so we do have a top 500 on the main leaderboard, and we will have a top, I think it's 225 or my numbers in my head are too you got to go read the article, but we do have an article out there that kind of explains this. With this airdrop that we're going to be doing, there's some things we're going to incorporate, and I can't disclose it right now. And it's stuff that the team still needs to kind of iron out. We need to discuss it. Once we see, once we get through this, the top 5,000 will be able to claim that membership, and they will be able to claim their tokens. If not,
aside from that, it's the top 500, and then we'll share in a USDC prize pool, and then the top 25 will split an additional.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the top 10. I thought it was a bigger number, but I was confusing myself. But yeah, so there are going to be, and we may come up with some other things that we can do as we move forward. But you know, we're about providing. If you're in the top 5,000, we want you to have an equal share in the DAO. Now, if only 2,000 actually claim it and there's leftovers, we might reevaluate that. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to make any promises. This is not something we've discussed as a team, but it is going to be a claiming process. So you will go in, you will be whitelisted to claim your tokens, and any tokens that go unclaimed, we will look at a potential redisbursement, because we are going to airdrop these 2 million tokens, but we're going to look at that we'll look at that in the future. Okay. And this is the only time I will ever say this. So if you missed this live stream, if you weren't paying attention, you won't know this. I'm not going to say it publicly again. So that's that. But it is going to be a claiming process. All right. Well, we're past the hour now. I'm going to play us out, Big Bear. And I actually, I've let everybody know this, but I'm going to reiterate this. So right after the live stream, I've got to get ready. I get to go drive down to Las Vegas and pick up my sister, who's flying from the Keys, Florida Keys. She's flying in to spend a week here with family, and we're looking forward to seeing her. So as soon as I get done here, I'm going to be cleaning up, getting me and my son hopping in the car and heading down to Vegas to pick up my sister. Haven't seen her in a couple of years. We talk all the time, but we haven't seen each other in a couple of years. So,
well, enjoy your family time, brother.
All right, so I'm going to go from here to here. Hopefully it's still there when I come back. And I'm going to play us out. Here we go.
We ready to ignite. We blasting off tonight. Axion DAO in the cloud with the crowd in the frenzy. Pound in the ground, engine sound like a Benz G. In Kamalin to rise in the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together, forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base, the flight plans drawn. The future is now. Yeah, the mic stays on. Got a 50K giveaway. Big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. Fast lane frame, with the game in the gearbox. Meta rides heat, make the street lights teardrop. Code mode load like a rhyme in the riddle. Every chain link thick has the bass in the middle. Moon zoom boom when the room gets louder. Axion strong like 4 bars from your router. We don't just chase, we replace that pace. Got the bass so laced they can't trace our race. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. Fuel in the fuse when the boosters ignite. Income island, they rockets take flight. Octane flame, every launch stays vital. 50K flip, got the grip on the title. Meta rides drift with the lift on lock. Every tick-tock click, push the rocket clock. This is next gen flex on the ledger page. Axion DAO, future set center stage. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't fake from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. 50K giveaway.
Holy cow, man. There's no way I can get through these comments. I cannot tell you how freaking pumped I am. I almost want to play that song again so I can just keep going, but I'm running out of time, guys. Have an awesome day. I really, 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 I cannot tell you how much I have enjoyed just reading through these comments. I mean, I can't even read through them. I'm just looking to make sure there's actually, one of the things that we suggested is you put your Discord name in these. So I hope the guys have been going through these and looking through these. I'm sure they have. I'm just going to encourage them to get together, look at a few that maybe I posted up, look at ones that they've already selected. They're going to give me their choices for this little manual disbursement. Please, please, please give me a few days to put it out. And I do want to end with this. We are working on reviewing quests as fast as we can. Going into Gen and telling us to go do the review is not going to speed up the process. So please be patient. We're going to be kicking everything into a higher gear coming out of this weekend. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to participate in this campaign to really blow this thing up and get Axion DAO out in front of as many people as we possibly can. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Have an awesome day and an even more awesome weekend, man. Love you all. I just can't tell you how stoked I am and how pumped I am. Big Bear, we'll talk to you soon. I have a space tomorrow. I'm not going to have a quest around it, but we may be looking for a few of our members for some shout outs and an opportunity maybe to share some of your thoughts on our stage. So awesome. Check. I will be announcing that space. We're not going to have a quest around it. I wanted to, but we're not going to have a quest around it. So anybody that shows up to tomorrow's space, I'm going to know you're doing that because you love what we're doing. Take care, brother. It's been awesome. I've got one last little thing. I got to flip back and forth. Let me see. Media scroll up. Okay. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.